We are on the edge of history repeating itself in a very bad way. Let's talk about it. So there's more proof than ever that history is repeating itself, and now the numbers are coming out to show it too. We're gonna be living like your great grandma did. You know, that's what I feel like we're moving towards every single day. With food scarcity, food inflation, food shortages, empty shelves at all of our favorite stores like Walmart, Costco, all these different places. But what happens when food costs so much and the economy is so bad that nobody can afford the food? We keep hearing America is the largest producer of food in the world and we can feed ourselves, but can we really? And if we can we really afford the food that's going to be grown? So let's get into what's going on here. There's a lot of different just key points that I want to hit, so make sure you stay tuned, because every day I read something new, and now we're literally getting warning signs and people warning that we could have a Great Depression level scenario. So let's get into it. Everyone remembers what happened during the Great Depression and World War II. The stock market completely crashed. There was hyperinflation. Everyone's money was worthless. You couldn't even get your money out of the bank. It was a huge disaster for years. And the level that we have to fall from that level is so much higher now, because we are so much more dependent on technology, and people have so many less skills to survive and to sustain themselves than they did compared to World War II and the Great Depression. So this headline here: worst start for stocks since World War II. That is crazy that we are literally in the territory of what happened during the stock market crash. We're there. This is the worst start to stocks for the year since World War II. So this is getting real, guys. Another article: inflation highest in 40 years. 40 years. Oh, I got chills saying that. Because history is really repeating itself, guys. We're going through another one of these cycles again. And Biden himself even warned we are about to enter a new world order. And he even referenced the points when the previous new world order was established during World War II and the Great Depression, that era. So we are entering a new phase of change in a new world. We've already been in it, guys. The past 2 years, your life is still different than it was in 2019. It's still completely different. There's all these things. It's gotten worse. Honestly, you've just gotten more used to it. You've gotten used to empty shelves at the store. You've gotten used to high prices. You've gotten used to high gas prices. You've gotten used to not going out as much because you don't have as much money. Like, humans are very adaptive. We adapt to challenges very quickly, and that's good and bad in a sense, because we can adapt to bad things very quickly too and just accept it, and it becomes our normal life. I heard stories of kids over in Ukraine and babies, kids, toddlers, all this, that they don't even react anymore from the sounds of mortar shells exploding around them, because their mind has adapted to the war. They're just used to it. Newborn babies they're not even, because they've probably heard it for months in the womb, so they just think it's a normal sound. This is what we call normalcy bias. You know, this is what happened in the Great Depression as well. Nobody wanted to believe it until the last second. And then overnight, people woke up and everyone tried to do a run on the bank and get their money, and it just made it way worse. So we're heading in this cycle, you know, and people's normalcy bias is what's keeping us heading towards this. We need to wake up and realize what's happening now before it gets even worse and there's no room left to react. People always say, why are you fear-mongering? Why are you warning people and telling people to prepare? Because if we react now, the damage won't be as bad than if we just wait. You know, it's like one of those things, like, we're bleeding out. We need to put the tourniquet on. I say put it on now. Get prepared now, because we might just die. Okay? If we let it go on longer, we might just bleed out and die. So stop the bleeding now. So I bring attention to these issues now and put these ideas out, because we're on the precipice of something really big happening and everyone can feel it. You know, it's just in the air. Everyone can feel it. Everyone can sense it. Humans are very sensitory to what's going on. Like animals are too. We just don't realize it. We don't tap into it. But we know subconsciously that the big one is coming, that something big is coming. Economists from every news site have been warning that we are on the verge of it, bare minimum, a recession. So, and I think that's a lot worse. Our economy's had negative growth, negative 1.4% GDP growth in the last quarter. That's a big deal. We're dealing with 10, 20% inflation, but we're having negative growth. It doesn't make sense. Our growth should at least be on the rise if inflation's on the rise too. No, this is stagflation, where there's no jobs being created, not more goods being created, but prices are going up. This is critical. This is the worst kind of inflation that you can have, because stagflation leads to hyperinflation. Because at least with normal inflation, the economy can keep up with it and the economy's growing at the same rate as inflation. But with stagflation, it leads to hyperinflation, where everyone's just throwing more money at less goods and it doesn't get better, because industries being shut down, jobs are being shut down, less goods are being produced, and more people want them. So we're really on the edge. Let me know if you guys feel this. Do you feel it in the air? Do you see what's going on? I know a lot of my daily listeners do. But, you know, just like, what do you think people are going to be able to survive something like this, like a Great Depression level event? I hope so, but I really feel like we are so disconnected from just nature, farming, growing our own food, being prepared, having a mindset where we need to like feed our families and be, you know what I mean, determined to do that. That's been cut out of our lives, the whole growing food and being connected to our food. So let me know what you guys think down below, and hit that thumbs up, hit those comments, and thank you guys for all the subs, and you guys have a blessed day. Thank you.